It is Monday. Good morning. Good morning to everybody out there who is joining us currently. Thank you for starting your week off again with two guys, one coup. I think it's the best way to start off a week. It makes Mondays better, if you ask me.
Why wouldn't it?
Grit Gary, Buckeye, Tarna, Miniball, Duck. Good morning to all of you. Today, folks, we're going to start with the ambush on the firefighters in Idaho. That was kind of breaking yesterday, yesterday afternoon, early evening. What a tragedy that is. We're going to get into a little bit about that and our thoughts on it. The one big, beautiful bill, I think, is going to pass and go through. Boy, I'm telling you, guys, we like a lot of it. There's stuff we don't like, but get on board, get on board. I don't get it either. I absolutely don't get it. We got some things from Scott Jennings. Again, he's just spot on at CNN. The only reason to watch CNN. And then Sharia law in New York, probably coming to
soon to a country near you.
Coming soon to a country near you. Right. So stay tuned for that. Hey, look who's look right here.
Big Mike Mayhem.
That's my boy.
Yep. How you doing?
Welcome.
Boy, we had to go
everybody on the chat. Say hi to my son, Big Mike Mayhem. All right, everybody. Yeah.
So we had to go on that for him.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we're now on Kick and Twitch, and that's because of my son. And good morning to you,
Kurt's
Crane Man.
Joined us.
Yep. Good morning, brother. Miss you already. Had a good time with you. I guess I should clarify that.
Yeah.
At the wedding.
Maybe go deeper into that.
I should clarify my good time with Crane Man. Oh, I just pulled the gym. That, and at the end of the show, top 5. So we are going to do what we didn't do on Wednesday, which is top 5 athletes who played well past their prime. Again, I left at the top of my game. Jimmy stayed a little too long. Way too long.
Brittany Griner's probably on that list.
A lot of third basemen did stay longer than that. So that and so much more, Jim, on another great, amazing episode of what?
Live from the Furycast Network studios. 2 guys. 1 coup.
Stay tuned for what is probably the most kick-ass intro of any intro of any podcast.
10 at least.
Top 10. You be the judge. We'll be right back.
You've just tuned in to Truth Uncaged. 2 guys, 1 coup. Only on the Furycast Network. Way like a battle cry, steel-tuned riffs set the sky on fire. No script, no leash, no fake parade. We bring the storm you're too scared to name. 2G, 1C, thunder with strings. Furycast Network, let freedom ring. 2 guys, 1 coup, forged to defy. Slicing through silence with metal that flies. March to the rhythm of violence and rage. Truth lock loaded, we've broken the cage. No puppets here, just blood and voice. This is the people's battle choice. 2G, 1C, roar and bold. Furycast forged in red, white, gold. 2 guys, 1 coup, never retreat. We own the volume and bring the heat. 2 guys, 1 coup.
What the hell? We aren't on X.
Huh?
We aren't on X. It says a premium account on X is required to create live broadcasts. We have a premium account on
Yeah.
X. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Whoops.
What?
We were on last week.
Yeah. It says subscribe and pay. We've already done this, so I don't understand. Let me see here. I'm working on some stuff right here. Sorry guys. I don't know what this is about. Why we wouldn't have a premium account. We've had a premium account every single freaking week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Send the code. Hold on. Here we go.
We're live on FuryCast.
Yeah, we're live here. We're live with all of you. Verify.
Okay, so you go ahead and do all that stuff. And welcome, Southpaw on the road. Be careful. Crane Man, what happened at the reception stays at the reception.
That's right. That's right.
Great gear. Yes, I did see that. Benny Johnson exposing AOC that she is not from the Bronx. She's from Yorktown, New York, a very wealthy suburb. I did see that. A socialist in the suburbs is a socialist in the Bronx. So I mean, she's a socialist no matter what.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. So what we're going to talk about first is the attack on the firemen.
We are.
Just
so
go ahead
listen,
and do it. Yeah.
Real quick. I did it. I mean, it's the same freaking thing that we have always done. But it looks like this episode's not going to be on there.
Yep. We're live now.
No, we're not live on X.
On mine, we are.
What?
Yeah. I'm trying, Mini Ball, but he keeps interrupting me.
I'm the one doing the behind the scenes. Okay, Jim.
I told you I will start out like
you did a good job.
We're live on X now.
Okay, doesn't show it on mine. So we are going to start off with that. The bull crap. Sorry about that. This really was a cluster, and I have a feeling it has something to do with Twitch and Kick. I don't know.
Maybe. Because we're new to there. So.
Yeah. So we are on there now. So anyways, we are going to start off with that. What a tragedy that was. And we saw this years ago, Jim. I remember people would call in fake, it's almost like swatting, but people would call in fake crimes or start fires, and the fire department would show up, emergency crews, and then all of a sudden they just get gunned down, and that it's not my dysfunctional computer, Tarna.
I love it.
I know. Why is it always me? What happened to Jim?
Because I'm the nice guy. That's why.
Because you're the nice guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're just such a great guy.
So as
yeah, it's not showing on X, by the way. So I don't know.
Great Gear said they're watching us on X, but that could be FuryCast. But it says up here when I go up, you are live.
Okay. So then I'm going to let you share them with the groups, Jim, like we normally do during the intro. So you need to copy and share, like Zero, Dark Den, those people. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you need to do that. So why don't we just hear real quick from Grit Gear, and in that time you can do that. Okay. Jesus Christ. Be right back. Well, we got to listen to Grit Gear anyways.
You're gonna play the commercial.
I'm trying to. It's not playing now. Look at
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
I'm doing it too, Jim. We do stand as Americans. I do show it now on X. GritGearApparel.com, lockandloadcoffee.com. Use coupon code 2guys, get 10% off your entire order. You get the TIG line, you get the Ryan Weaver line, and soon,
two guys,
and
this little logo up here at the top.
Yep, it's going to be that. It's going to be all.
Wouldn't that be cool on the pocket?
It would be. There's no pocket. You don't need a pocket.
Well, where you're over your heart. Because that's where it really needs to be.
That's where it really needs to be. You're not wrong there. So, anyways, please go support them as you always do, and share that.
And don't forget, did you say two guys? Use the code 2guys that we always forget to use when we're on it.
I said use that. There you go. Grit Gear has awesome coffee, lock and load. That's right. It's one and the same, and you're helping not just them out, but I mean they also help the Warrior Shield out. They do so much charity work and so much good for their own community there. Small business, small community, help them out. Better than the big box stores. You won't find anything more patriotic, more America first than Grit Gear and Lock and Load Coffee. So please go support them as you always do, and we appreciate it. Let's get started now with this the firefighter. I've got the actual initial call that came in, and it's pretty chilling. Whether you've heard it or not, I'm going to play some of that. Let's get this going. Let's hear. This is the initial call in Idaho when a fire was started on purpose in order to take out the lives of first responders.
Yep.
Let's hear this.
Central BC 5, Central BC 5. BC 5 up state. Send law enforcement right now. There's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC 3's down, BC 1's down. Everybody shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here. 551, 10 or 14 up here. Stop. Get out of the way. 10 or 14. Engine push 551. Do not come up here.
51 copies. Remaining staging. Central from 551.
551.
You get an ETA on life flight, please. What? You're busy. See what life flight has to offer and go and get started. Also, if you can do enact the MPI for the county, please.
Sorry, I couldn't copy. I'm copying BC.
So that's just the initial minute or two of the call that came in, and you can hear it in their voice, right? Completely taken by shock, and somewhere, this is a good point to me. Idaho, pure red, always red, Republican, never not. It can happen anywhere, in any town, in any community, because there's psychos all over this planet. Now, I know they found the gunman.
Dead.
I know they found him dead. If that is indeed the gunman, I assume it is. I don't know the name. I don't know the background. I don't know anything about it. Doesn't matter. Don't care what he is. As far as Republican, Democrat, it's not political. It's psychotic.
It's psychotic. To me, what happened, and again, because that's what it's a terrorist thing, right? They want to bring in first responders and then cause as much damage as they can. I think this was a disgruntled individual that had something against that particular fire department or fire department in general. Yeah, that's what my opinion is. I could be wrong. Again, it's all speculation right now.
It is,
but I don't think it's a red or blue thing. I don't think it was political. But
it will be.
Well, of course, somebody was very disgruntled with either they got fired or they didn't get accepted into the whatever, something like that happened. And but we also do need to be on the lookout for copycats, or if this is in fact a terrorist attack where they're planning on doing this throughout the country. We don't know.
I don't know the identity. I don't think.
Right.
At least
you gotta wait.
I don't know the identity or the background story.
And right now they found the guy, so I'm sure they're getting his who he is, going back through his everything, social media, personal life, everything else to get an idea why he did this. And but I guarantee you, there's somebody out there that knows. When they found out it was going on, they knew who it was because they always give signals, right?
Exactly. Mini Ball says this. I heard a theory that this is going to be the man that they have been looking for a month that killed his children. Now that's not,
that could be interesting.
That story too, which we haven't covered, is absolutely sickening. It could be that guy. Again,
interesting theory that,
yeah, this hasn't been verified, and she says that, and we appreciate that, Mini Ball, for throwing that up there. But
Tarna, you're right.
Could be.
Always signs.
There's always signs. There's absolutely always signs. And I can't believe, honestly, that guy that killed his 3 children are still on the run, still on the loose, still out there. That's frightening. But the FBI's on it now. I mean, I want to trust the FBI.
Which
I do.
FBI?
Yeah, well, it's our FBI.
Yeah, well, I get it, but which version of our FBI?
Yeah.
Just saying. So
I'm just saying. Anyways, let's hear a little bit more on this story. Stage. We got this.
Well, people in that area need to be very careful because the sheriff has also said that if anybody gets a clear shot at the shooter or shooters, that they should take them out. And this is going to make it very difficult for law enforcement to try to determine who is in their sights. Maybe there's some innocent people, and they certainly don't want to take innocent individuals out. But this is a very fluid, active situation there in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area. And by the way, Molly, I've been in that area. This is right around the Canfield Mountain area there.
Yeah, so here's what the sheriff did actually say.
That somebody has a clear shot and is able to neutralize, because they are not, at this point in time, showing any evidence of wanting to surrender. So as soon as somebody has a clear shot, I encourage them to take that shot and neutralize the threat.
Absolutely.
Which brings the question, was, because I don't know, maybe it was a news report on it, but did he take his own life, or was he shot by law enforcement?
Yeah, I don't know that yet.
Or was he killed by an accomplice that was with him? And whatever, you go, there's a lot of different things, because initially people were talking about the possibility of being multiple ones.
They did initially. They thought it could be more than one shooter.
Yeah.
So, it just says shelter in place lifted after police share major update on deadly Idaho fighter ambush. Again,
so it tells me that it was only one.
Well, yes. Again, I think 2 firefighters died. I think
one was in surgery.
One is in surgery and in stable condition.
Stable. Good. Okay.
Stable now. And I think a couple police officers were actually hit too as well. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I heard. But anyways, what does this say? Oh, Rich, FYI, I will come on soon and present the 2 guys.
You'll be coming on sooner than you think, Rich.
Yeah, well, yeah. Stay tuned for that. It's Jim's fault this time.
Yep, it's my fault.
Stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's big news. Thank you very much, Rich. Absolutely an honor. So moving on from that, I don't think we have any more details on that. As soon as we know more, of course, we'll bring it to you and discuss it. I'm sure it's going to be a white MAGA male, that has again, that's what they'll make it out to be. It doesn't matter. It's not political. None of this should happen. There's psychotic people on all sorts.
Truth be told, white MAGA male would not shoot at law enforcement or first responders.
To be, yes, I agree with that.
So this is may be a registered Republican who just is upset because he didn't get the job at
exactly,
or it could be the father.
It could be that guy.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't know yet. It's all speculation right now. So
we don't. Jim, let's move on. The Democrats put on a circus by reading the entire one big beautiful bill. And there's a lot of sections in there. I'm sure they hated to read.
Folks, they do it all the time.
It happens all the time.
Okay, Republicans did it to the Democrats, so this happens. So
this is not a big deal. Yeah, of course, this is a tactic which is absolutely within the constitutional rights of them to do, and they did it. And then, of course, now they have 10 hours of debate or whatever. And of course, you have Senator Tom Tillis and Senator Rand Paul, which does not surprise me. Rand Paul is never going to be, I want to add more or I want to spend. He's always the cut guy. He's never going to go for a bill like this, like him or not. And 80% of the time I do. So the other 20% I can handle. Tom Tillis isn't running now, he announced after his, and then went on and made an absolute spectacle of himself on the Senate floor.
The problem with Tillis is he's from a I mean, he's from a middle of the road state. I mean, go either way, and so that could, it could hurt us. In
I mean,
in
it
the
could
end,
because North Carolina, you never know, right?
For most part, he does vote along party lines for the most part. He's just holding firm with his belief on Medicare, and I'll go into my opinion, but I'll let you finish your.
No. The opinion is this: the Medicare. There's going to, again, the adults are back in charge. There's going to be some pain before there's actual benefit to a lot of things. Tariffs, we went through it, right? Canada again once threatened, and then they bent the knee again last night. I'm telling you, amazing, isn't it? This is going to happen when the adults take over an absolutely screwed up system. All right. And Medicare is screwed up. There are people all over the place, or Medicaid. Is it Medicaid or Medicare? Medicaid. Sorry. Yeah. Medicaid is screwed up. There is a need for it. I get it. Those people aren't going to be affected.
But there's people on Medicaid that should
5 million that can go out and get a job.
Yep.
That's key. That literally, and then all of the illegals that were on Medicaid and all, you've got to be able to cut those programs somehow. And so they can go off on their high horse and say there's going to be 14 million Americans that lose Medicaid and all that. Well,
yeah, that's because they can work.
They can work. Or guess what? Oh, I'm sorry, you lost it. Yes, you do deserve it. There's going to be some cuts, and there's going to be some pain with it.
And guess what? Maybe those people who do deserve it will get it now.
Will actually get it now. Yeah. That's right, because that's what needs to happen. I get it. The one big beautiful bill. Jim and I are always like one issue bills, please. You could have even lumped the tax cuts on, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. You could have put that in one bill, boom, passed it and gone. Yep. You literally could have. I'm all for that. I would have rather had that.
Yep.
We could have done tax, 20 bills.
They came up with the SALT tax, which I don't like it. Because I'm sorry if you're from a state that has liberals running it and it costs more to live in your state, that's your issue, not mine. However, they did come up with an agreement.
Yes,
and that Senate didn't like it.
Correct.
They didn't want it. However, to help out the House of Representative members who did ask for that because they live in these areas, that was going to help them on their reelection in 2026, 4 years. So they have the agreement, 4 years, 40% or 40,000, excuse me, Correct. 4 years, $40,000. And then after that fourth year, it goes back to 10.
It does.
That's how you do it, folks.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
We got a comment here from a Woodworker 208. Welcome. I don't think we've heard from Woodworker. Every bill should be read in its entirety on the floor. We are tired of our representatives passing bills that they don't know what's in them. I agree.
Maybe they'll start passing the bills that are 1 or 2 pages that just specify what you're going for.
Or just do that. Yeah. Yes, I get that. So we'll see what happens. Trump was on Maria Bartiromo show and had a couple things to say about it. Here's one on the one big, beautiful bill, China.
Important. If we don't have it, there's a 68% tax increase. If we don't have it, the debt ceiling extension is very important. They gave a debt ceiling, the Republicans gave a debt ceiling because of the importance of doing it. They did that for the good of the country, and Republicans voted for that. They did a big favor. I don't know that I would have done it, to be honest with you, but whatever. They did a favor. Now the Democrats won't do that favor back. In other words, you never want to violate your debt covenants. So they gave, what I'm saying, they gave this 4 months early. It was due on September 28th, right before the election. A group of Republicans got together and said, you know what? This is so serious. We should do this for the good of the country. I understand that. Now it's their turn to do it, and they won't do it. There are a lot of bad people in the Democrat Party.
A lot.
I mean, a lot of bad people in the Democrat Party. But the problem is, and I saw this on X, and it was a good point. It said, imagine having to hide like plans and hide all this stuff, like the whole bombing of Iran from a certain party, like the Democrats. And I think Crash even made the comment. He says, now imagine having to hide it from Republicans as well, because that's what they had to do because of the rhinos, because of the Tillises, because of the, we have Again, Democrats always vote party line regardless. No matter what they're saying out there, when it comes to the votes, they always do it.
I guarantee you there are a few Democrats that don't mind this bill. They just don't dare go against their party. Dale, I think you froze. Okay. Dale, if everybody else out there did Dale freezing, I just want to make sure it's not on my end. But I want to go one step further on this in that, so we have this bill, right? So we're going to pass the bill. I didn't like it at first either because I wanted it cut. I wanted more cuts in it. I agreed with a lot of things that were going on. However, when I saw the rescission packages being sent down from the administration, I'm like, perfect. Let's get the big, beautiful bill passed. All the other cost savings that we have is in that rescission from Doge. So there we go. So we put that out there, and that's how we need to do it. So all these Republicans need to get on board. They all need to get on board. Get this thing passed through the House and the Senate. Get it done. Put it through, and then get the rescission packages down from the president. That's where your savings are going to come in. That's how we're going to get it done. That's how it's going to work. And I truly believe that we need to do this. And so all this stuff about President Trump and all that, doing this, doing that, and the frustration I think that Congress is having with President Trump right now is because he's actually making them do their job. He's making them work.
Can you hear me, Jim?
Things, now we can hear you.
Yeah, you can't see me.
No.
Yeah, my camera's not coming on.
Okay. Yeah, but you froze and then disappeared.
Mm-hmm,
but I cannot hear you either. So
yeah.
But anyway, I was just making that point about now that we've got this big, beautiful bill, we got to get it passed, then work on the rescissions to get your cost savings, to get your cuts on USAID, all that stuff that we have. Mm-hmm. That's what we need to do. That's what needs to go on. But I was also mentioning, Dale, if you didn't hear me, that President Trump is making the Congress do their jobs. They're literally he's putting them to work, making them, he's going out and saying, okay, we're doing this. Well, then you got Rand Paul and all these people coming out and saying, that's not your job to do. That's our job to do it. Yeah. He's making you do your job.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. So.
It is ridiculous. I don't know why you can't see me. Let me see here. There we go.
Follow the sound
of our voice, Dale. Come back to the light. It said my browser. It said something about my browser had an error. It wasn't even Wi-Fi. It was like a browser error. So
yeah, woodworker, welcome. We're good to have
happy
you.
to be here. I live about a mile from Grit here. Okay. So I assume you guys know each other or don't know each other, but get there, get in shop so much. The Jim's been there to the brick and mortar itself, and it's an absolutely amazing place.
Troll put you on timeout.
Well, I'm sure he did there. Thank you, buddy.
See, okay, see, it worked.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been a Monday, hasn't it? I mean,
but anyway, folks, the big beautiful bill, just get it passed. Republicans, stop going on all these shows,
and it will.
Make yourself look good, and all of you individuals, and because we look, Rand Paul, with as frustrated as we get with him, sometimes he is never going to side with the Democrats on a lot of stuff. He's just not. He's not siding with the Democrats on this bill.
No,
he's not. He's saying there's not enough cuts in it.
Yeah, but if you vote against it, you're siding with the Democrats.
Exactly. Well,
that's my
you
hope.
are. That's what pisses me off when they say that. They turn around and say, well, no. This is what you're correct. It's like, no, vote it. Get it through.
Yep. Correct.
Rescission package. If you're really concerned about saving and cutting, get those rescission packages down, get them through, get them going.
Correct.
Because we got to get this done, because I'm telling you right now, the next thing we got to do after we get this done is we've got to go after federal elections, only legal vote.
Why is this not happening already?
Well,
that should have been an easier one.
They can't do two things at once, Dale. We're asking way too much of them now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, when this is signed, the Senate goes on hiatus for a month because they're tired.
Wow.
And
so look at this
ridiculous.
woodworker. Spent an hour and a half talking to him in his store yesterday. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Grit Gear. I live about a mile from Grit Gear. Yeah. Anyway, so Trump, one more thing he had to talk about. There were some big wins. SCOTUS wins, activist judges. He did talk to Maria about that. Let's play that. 1911 is pretty good, but PPK is better. Oh, we've got a PPK.
Those are my two favorites. Absolutely. Oh, and I'm sorry, I got to do this. Somebody actually said I'm right.
PPK. Who did?
Tarna, you are so right, Jim. Yeah, so thank you. I have to do that because Dale never gives me credit.
I don't know what he was right about. I wasn't listening. Anyways, Trump here on the judges. Let's hear what he has to say there.
Some judge said we can't do tariffs. We would fall prey to the rest of the world who would do tariffs and are doing tariffs on us. If we couldn't fight them back with tariffs, this country would be in terrible shape. We would be like this innocent lamb being led to slaughter. So, no, we're doing great on economics. We're doing great on tariffs. Tariffs is just a part of it. We're drilling like never before. That's how the oil got down low.
That wasn't on judges. But sort of.
Yes, it was.
I mean, sort of. But it wasn't the part I wanted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because there were all these injunctions.
So many. So many. I didn't vote for a judge. Jim, let's talk about a little bit. I want to get into before we get into some more like Scott Jennings and things like that. I've played a lot. We got to talk about potential Sharia law in New York. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I get it. And we've talked about it. Nobody, everyone's like, I don't give a crap about New York. I mean, New York is important to our nation, as is California. And it's just a shame that these shitholes keep electing these people that ruin them. And there's a potential for now even a Muslim Islamic extremist to become the mayor of New York City, where planes flew into buildings, regardless of how you think it happened and who was responsible for it.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
We're not getting into that because we have our own beliefs on it. You're right. You're right. This could potentially happen. This is a big potential, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Now, the reason why we wanted to talk about this today and why it does become such a big deal,
why it's important,
the AOCs of the world, the Jasmine Crockett's, love them. Okay. Yeah. So, and Jasmine Crockett and AOC are the Democrats right now, face of the Democrats nationally. Okay. Yes, I get it, Buck. I only 7% voted for him, but
I get that.
I'm just afraid anyway.
And we'll tell you why here.
But they get into this stuff, okay, about why this is a problem for the rest of the country, because this is what AOC thinks is a great idea. AOC possibly could be the Democrat candidate for president. I don't think
or
so.
vice president,
I think
or
it's going to be Newsom. I do not think Newsom's going to choose her, but it's just my opinion. Here's what he wants to do. And I'll play a couple videos, only a couple, because I can't stand to listen to the guy. He wants to raise taxes, and he admitted this, on the whiter neighborhoods. Now, he comes out and says the wealthier areas of the New York. Well,
no, bullshit.
It's white people. Okay,
yeah, it's the crackers.
The white people. Rent control. Okay, so now all these people coming out,
government-owned grocery stores
I'm getting into that. All this rent control, all that. Okay, folks, rent control sometimes has to be raised because they have to upkeep the building. Okay, they have to. Now, I get it. There's some bad people out there that take advantage of stuff. I know it. Then leave and go move somewhere else. I mean, you want to pay $30,000 for a bathroom, which is the size of a bathroom, then go do it somewhere else. But rent control, which is never a good idea. Like you just said, free or city ran grocery stores. Now there's a thing on here that comes in and says, now he only wants to do it in certain areas. No. He wants citywide groceries.
Because
guys, this is socialism.
Because you give him that. He only wants it in this area. You get, like everything you do with a Democrat, you give them a stupid inch, they take a mile. This isn't just, I want to do it in these areas. This is his full belief, and he wants full control over the city and then what will be the state. It's funny that him and the governor, who is a buffoon in general, Hochul, they're contradicting themselves in a lot of things. But trust me, this guy's got aspirations, and his aspirations follow the Quran. So tell me.
Free transportation.
What?
Free city transportation, bus,
great,
train,
free stuff.
Subway, all that stuff free. Well, how he's going to do it, folks, this is what he said.
Crackers.
He is going to tax the wealthy, okay, billionaires and all that, and
of course
corporations.
Oh, because they're just going to go along with it. They're just going to thrive in New York at this point.
When you raise taxes on corporations?
Oh, let me see. You think the CEO or the chair or the board is making less money? No, they pass it on to the consumer. That's the trickle down effect of raising taxes. And we all pay for it. Layoffs, move out of the state. Therefore, there's no income coming in. Unemployment. You start doing that, it's proven. This is how it works. They don't care because they want you dependent on the government, just like this guy does. Government, grocery stores.
And this is what AOC likes. She loves this guy. I mean, she absolutely loves this guy. And the one thing, and you're right, I need to go back to Buckeye said, yes, you're 7% registered voter turnout. Okay.
Yes.
They need to get out and vote. Now, the thing is I'm sorry, folks, I should have done my homework. I can't remember the Republican's name.
I can't either.
He is completely New York. If you've heard him talk, he is 100% New York. But then also Adams is running. And now Cuomo's
as an independent.
And Cuomo's talking about coming back into the whole thing. So here's what can happen, folks. The more people you have in this, the possibility of him getting enough votes to win the mayoral race.
Because where's all the Democrats
is a real thing.
Towards him. They might split some with Cuomo. The independent vote for Adams is going to do it, and the Republican. So Republican and independent is probably going to be somewhat, it's going to be divided. I don't know the percentage of that will happen, but then that takes votes away from one of those two candidates, whether it's Adams or the Republican. And then the rest of them go towards this guy.
And if a Jewish person votes for him, just here's why, folks. Just listen. This is part of the problem with this guy.
About the term globalize the intifada, if it makes you uncomfortable. In that moment, you did not condemn the phrase. Now, just so folks understand, it's a phrase that many people hear as a call to violence against Jews. There's been a lot of attention on this issue, so I want to give you an opportunity to respond here and now. Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead the city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights. And ultimately, that's what is the foundation of so much of my politics, the belief that freedom and justice and safety are things that, to have meaning, have to be applied to all people, and that includes Israelis and Palestinians as alike.
But do you actually condemn it? I think that's the question.
Did you hear him,
and the outstanding issue that a number of people, both of the Jewish faith and beyond, have. Do you condemn that phase, globalize the intifada, which a lot of people hear as a call to violence against Jews?
I've heard from many Jewish New Yorkers who have shared their concerns with me, especially in light of the horrific attacks that we saw in Washington, D.C. and in Boulder, Colorado. About this moment of anti-Semitism in our country and in our city. And I've heard those fears, and I've had those conversations, and ultimately they are part and parcel of why in my campaign I've put forward a commitment to increase funding for anti-hate crime programming by 800%. I don't believe that the role of the mayor is to police speech in the manner especially of that of Donald Trump, who has put one New Yorker in jail who's just returned to his family, Mahmoud Khalil, for that very supposed crime of speech.
A New York man.
Ultimately, what I think I need to show is the ability to not only talk about something, but to tackle it and to make clear that there's no room for anti-Semitism in this city. And we have to root out that bigotry, and ultimately we do that through the actions, and that is the mayor I will be, one that protects Jewish New Yorkers and lives up to that commitment through the work that I do.
But quickly, for the people who care about the language and who feel really concerned by that phrase, why not just condemn it?
My concern is to start to walk down the line of language and making clear what language I believe is permissible or impermissible takes me into a place similar to that of the president, who is looking to do those very kinds of things, putting people in jail for writing an op-ed, putting them in jail for protesting. Ultimately, it's not language that I use. It's language I understand there are concerns about. And what I will do is showcase my vision for the city through my words and my actions.
Let me ask you broadly.
Okay,
let me ask you.
You heard it. You heard it, folks. Never answered the question. He gave this bull crap response about, I think people should not hurt the Jewish people and everything else. And no, Curtis Silva, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Buckeye,
the Guardian Angels.
Woodworker.
Correct.
Appreciate that. I just couldn't, his name, I saw him on the interview and I just couldn't, it just slipped my mind. But Dale, this guy is, now I know there was a fact checker that came out and fact checked President Trump's comment about him being a communist. Folks, city ran grocery stores is a communist ploy. That's what they do. That's what the point is.
Transportation.
Yeah, this guy is bad enough. He's considers himself. Oh, by the way, he does not like capitalism.
Buckeye's got the best response down there. You want to put it up? I see why libs love him. He's fucking retarded.
He is. I mean, guys, if you heard his thing on this guy is not going to let ICE in. He's going to cut the police department.
Yes.
And create these remember when we went back, what were they going to do? They're going to put a bunch of social workers out there instead of police officers. We saw how that did. Okay. Yep. I got another story here that I can talk about. Just by the way, real quick. Yep. We've got some major cities in Philadelphia, Minneapolis, and Denver that have experienced a 28 to 59% drop in homicides.
Probably because of the Democratic mayors.
Since they increased law enforcement, but they're no longer defunding. They're increasing it. So to his comment, you want to increase the homicides in New York.
Basically,
by taking there is police department officers that have said they will retire if he.
Of course they'll leave,
and I don't blame them because they do anything that they see wrong, they're going to be put in jail.
This guy's been in the country 8 years, right?
Yeah.
8
and
years?
By the way, there has not been one American President Trump has put in jail.
Oh, but the New York.
He is not an American. He is here on a visa to go to school.
What about the Maryland man? What about that guy?
Again, he has not sent an American to prison.
Oh, really?
Let me. Okay, I want to be careful how I say that, but from his ICE raids and everything else, he is not sending Americans to jail for what they say and how they say it. He is sending Americans to jail because he is sending a person here on a student visa to jail because he was keeping Jewish students from going to school.
Yep.
That's why he was in jail, folks. I mean, they can make this guy sound innocent all they want to, but he's just an idiot.
Why do we let these people run? Because there's no law against it. That's the problem.
It's New York. And Buckeye, yes, that was the last thing I wanted to say. He has said that he will arrest Benton Netanyahu if he shows up at the UN. Yeah. And guys, when he talks about global,
who's going to be there to arrest him? What cop forces?
And he doesn't deny it.
He never even came close to denying. Do you think if he becomes mayor, do you think this happens? Hold on one sec. You think this happens next June? Here's a gay pride parade in New York. He's a Muslim. Look at these people, by the way. Viewer discretion.
I want to pause something real quick.
Yeah,
you saw that sign? We hate fascists.
Yeah.
Everybody there
is a fascist.
This
one's wearing bunny ears.
So they hate themselves. Anyway.
Hey, can I pause here for a second again?
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
you paused it. No, I don't want to see
that. You looking at the wheelchair or something else?
No, you paused it with the guy with the boobs.
Yeah, I want to see that. What the wheelchair though? I'm just like, I don't know. Just come on now. Listen. There's nothing wrong with wheelchairs. I don't know why this picture here, this particular scene makes me just so this person's gay or trans, or I don't know. I mean, they're celebrating their pride. I guess you can be proud to be gay and all that other stuff. Do what you want to do, but fat or crippled? What do you think? Lazy or paraplegic? Which one would you call on this one? I can't.
Before you get yourself in real big trouble.
I think. Don't remember, eat your vegetables.
Well, I like my vegetables smothered in cheese, which is why I look the way I do.
Well, I bet there's a lot of cheese on there. Famunda.
Right there.
Oh, there you go. That's
this guy right here.
Guy with boobs.
Yeah. I mean, he's not even trying to hide it.
You're not. Well, this is how you celebrate pride. I mean, this is how Christians celebrate pride. We walk around with our man boobs hanging out. These are true man boobs. I think this is some sort of tranny.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Looks like kind of a halfway through the procedure. Basically, they're Frankenstein.
Might help if he shaved the mustache. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's going to help. We're just zooming. I'm just look at there they are.
Yeah.
There he is. Please hide the children. What if I saw? That's the kind of thing you see in a horror movie, and you shoot, you kill, you run away from. It's are these like Palestinian flags?
Yeah, well, that and Iranian.
One last time, name the capital of Palestine. Go.
There isn't one.
There isn't one. Yeah. So this is what's happening. This is the gay pride parade. Of course. What does that say? What's that sign say?
Mary and Gloria shall lick. You know what? On the floor with you. God is a dyke.
These are the people. Look at these people.
Yeah.
This is. So first of all, this pride parade. There's more dudes with boobs.
Yeah,
I'm just going to remove it, Jim.
That's actually female, but it's covered.
No way is it female.
Is that it, dude?
Look at the cheekbones.
Oh, that's true.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a dude.
See, you'd have made it.
No, I would not have because it's not even a good looking.
I'm removing it.
Kurt made the comment. Yeah, we went to a Reds game last year and we didn't pay attention to the timing, and it was during a game.
Next thing you know, you were marching in a pride parade.
Yeah, we weren't marching, but it was like, oh boy, that's not cute. So
Sodom and Gomorrah. You're right, Tarna.
Yep.
My whole point of that is that there's the Muslim world doesn't accept gays, lesbians, whatever you want to call them. That's not their thing, right? Is this Muslim? Will that be allowed to happen? They think so. They think yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll vote for that crowd right there is the crowd that's going to vote for that guy, right? Am I wrong?
Probably.
What's going to happen
without
at that
knowing
point?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, when you see Queers for Palestine, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, one last thing. There was another pride parade. It was in Minnesota, and here comes good old jazz hands Tim Waltz. Look at him. No man waves like that. No man. Walks around. Jim, you don't wave like that, do you?
No, you do one hand at a time.
Yeah, you don't.
When you're on that side, you do that. When you're on this side, you do that.
You don't
go, hey, how you doing?
You don't sit there with your jazz hands, waving it. Now it makes sense because he's probably a Peter Puff.
Keep in mind that's who Democrats think is the man for that.
His retarded wife by him. But yeah, Tim Waltz. Yeah, and thank God today is the last day of that ridiculous month where we have to celebrate a sexuality. I think
I celebrate sexuality all the time.
I think that you're right. Yeah, here you go. Okay. Oops, sorry. No straight man would do that.
Mm-mm.
He's as queer as a football bat. Yeah. He is gay, right? His wife is just a cover. That is correct, Rich. At Great Gear.
There's a lot
I believe
of
that
different
to be
people.
True.
Yeah.
Rich, but
not a good cover.
Not a good cover, he says.
Yeah, but remember, folks, the reason why he was chosen to come after, remember what he said? He said they chose him because they wanted to get the man vote.
They wanted to get the man vote out there. Jazz hand does not get the man vote.
Let's put it this way. If that's the definition of a man, then I don't want to be one.
And I identify as a woman.
I'm just saying.
That's just craziness there, Jim. That is absolutely craziness. And I was going to say something about it being the last day of Pride Month. But here. Do you think so? Toronto had an even worse one, and I didn't put up there because that's the one where all their schlangs are just swinging in the breeze, walking down the street. Kids at the parade, those parents should be absolutely visited by Child Protective Services and removed from the home. Nobody should take a child to a gay pride parade at all.
Nope.
I don't know how they're even legal to have out there with them just completely. I understand that's Canada, but here, I mean, you had man tits hanging out. How's that even a thing? I mean, honestly, if a real woman was to just take her shirt off, walk down the street of New York, she'd be arrested.
Exactly. Right? And if any guy walked down with his penis hanging out,
I hope they were arrested.
I hope they would be arrested.
Yeah, New York, maybe not, but I would hope they'd be arrested.
Well, in New York, you got to be careful.
Well, that's true. That is true. Jim, do you have any more on the whole? Because I got a couple more videos if you want.
No, that guy. I don't want to talk anymore about him, but I just want everybody to pay close attention to this guy because, folks, this is not a good guy. I mean, this is, he talks, all these leftists that talk about the Constitution, how many times they tell us about the Constitution?
Yeah.
When what they're trying to do, socialism is not constitution. Socialism is not in the Constitution. That's not what this is about. And the thing that if I was a black person, I would be very offended that this guy referenced Martin Luther King.
Yep. Agreed.
When he was talking about socialism and why we, he totally misinterpreted what Martin Luther King was trying to say. And do not. And when are we going to have the black community coming in and said, don't put Martin Luther King in your mouth? Remember, that's what they said to a white person who
that's
said
right.
it,
That's right. Yeah.
And so
the old Will Smith. Look at this. Mini ball when? And let me get my vacation planning started.
You know, we can see the Biltmore while we're there. We can do a live show from the Biltmore.
They have a women's topless day in Asheville every year. I did not know that. Well, send us the dates. We'll make sure we broadcast live from Asheville next year. It's only our civic duty.
We'll check with the Biltmore and see if we can do a live show from the Biltmore.
Live, they
on the grounds. I don't think
they probably don't have them walking around the Biltmore. So we're probably going to have to go
while we're in Asheville watching that, we can go to the Biltmore. Go to their wine tasting. That's really good.
Jim, I'm not a wine tasting fella like you and Tim Waltz. I'm just
here we go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Mr. Petta.
Mr.
You like pedicures? Yep. Yep. Me liking wine.
Live on air. You said that.
I guarantee you there's a bunch of other people that do it too. I'm probably the norm right now, the abnormal one right now.
Pedicures are great, by the way. If you don't get them, you should.
I'm being told,
and your feet take care of you, Jim.
I'm being told that I should because I'm told by my daughter my feet look terrible.
You got like those gnarly. Hey, Dale, booze is booze, not booze shame.
Thank you, Buckeye.
All of a sudden, I'm getting
mini ball. Let me check.
Yeah, please, mini ball, please.
Because we got to do. I mean, come on. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound like a 2-guy 1 coup event. I mean,
it does sound like a 2-guy 1 coup event, and brought to you live from Furycast Network. I know Crash and Kitty would be on board with it. I think I'm
not sure Great Gear will want us.
To sponsor that one.
We'll take your names off everything at that point.
Yeah, that's right. But I just feel it should be. I mean, we're just bringing the other side.
Yeah.
We report, you decide. That's what we're about. That's what we do. So it's not for us to decide. We just bring the news. Anyway, so Scott Jennings, who is the only reason really to watch CNN anymore, had a couple things to say about Trump's wins. He had what a historic week, really, with the SCOTUS wins, with the successful mission in Iran. Really, you could not have asked for a better week from a president, honestly. And then they were all like, he's golfing while those poor people in Minnesota were shot and they buried him, and Biden showed up and all that. Well, yeah, by a guy hired by Tim Walz, basically.
I want to make one quick comment. Folks, ICE, anybody who's protesting ICE, if you want to convince us that you're pro-America, that ICE is anti-America, a couple things.
Yeah.
Why Mexican flags? If you love Mexico so much, go back. Okay. So first one. Second one, why are you burning the American flag? If you love America so much,
why are you burning that? And I love how they equate it to concentration camps and all that. But I don't remember Hitler rounding up the Jews and sending them back to their homes.
Right. Well, some of them, the bad ones, aren't going to their homes; they're going to detention.
I agreed with that, but
which is where they should go.
Right, they should go. And Alcatraz is minutes away from opening, and I can't wait. I'm here for it. Buckeye has a great idea. Need to start a Topless Tuesday show. LOL.
Crash.
I'm hoping that they don't want to see us
talk.
topless. Is that we could start a Topless Tuesday show and we can have guests on, and I don't know if that goes against YouTube standards, but I'm pretty sure
we need to probably check with Crash. Might be okay with him. I don't know if it'll be okay with Kitty.
Oh, that's true. I'm for it, Buckeye. We're gonna push it. Topless Tuesdays here on 2 Guys 1 Coup, where Jim and I sit here topless for the whole show.
Nobody wants to see it. At least this side, nobody wants to see it.
No, nobody wants to see it.
Let me get a tan first, then we'll go.
Yeah. Remember to hold up your boobs so you don't get that tan line underneath. When
I lay down, they fall over.
They go to the side. side.
Yes, Leslie, he would be. That's why I said Crash would not have a
Crash
problem.
would be all for
it's
it.
The other half. It's the other half that
it's the
we're
other
worried
half
about.
that we'd have to. We'd probably have to get the okay from. We'll work on it, but we'll see. Okay, let's. Scott Jennings. By the way, he had. Of course, he had to school CNN again about everything that he does, but he had something to say about Trump's wins here. Of course, in great Scott Jennings fashion, he was spot on. Is he going to run for Kentucky? Is he going to take Mitch McConnell's seat in Kentucky? You think he'll run?
Hope so.
I hope so
too.
I
think he will.
Better get to starting on it.
Yeah,
but,
I think a Republican will win.
I do too. Well, I'm thinking maybe he will. Buckeye said right here. I'll commit. Please. We're counting on it. That's why you're the best mod in the podcast world. We're counting on you, Buckeye. Here we go. Here's Scott Jennings.
It's going crazy in terms of executive orders. He can issue an executive order today and will likely. He said so today.
Do.
And he knows that the lower courts cannot carte blanche stop him, which hugely increases the power of the executive.
Yeah, look, this is a great week for him, not just because of this ruling, but earlier in the week, the Supreme Court handed him the ruling on being able to deport illegal immigrants to third-party countries, essentially. So he's on a little bit of a winning streak in the courts right now. And you know what a lot of Republicans are saying is, nope, we're not tired of winning yet. This happened. The stock market's at a record high. He brokered the ceasefire in the 12-day war. Peace broke out between Rwanda and the Congo. I mean, gas prices are at a 4-year low for the summer. I mean, win after win after win. And this particular one is the most important because these individual judges had been, I think, unfairly stopping the president from governing. He won the election. They didn't. We don't have 600 presidents. We have one president. And now he's going to be able to actually govern. And so you could make an argument that this week or the last 2 weeks, the best week or 2 weeks of his entire presidency.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, that is for sure the case. Yeah, he's spot on. And she hated it. You just see her face, right?
And folks, go out and watch previous interviews back in early under Biden when Schumer was out complaining that Republicans were finding judges to do these things.
Yeah.
He was complaining he didn't like it. Okay.
Of course.
First of all, you should not be able to judge shop. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on. And by the way, when you do judge shop, it doesn't matter. The judge should rule on the law.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, not on what is, and you can't sit there and take the president's power away from him.
No, we didn't vote for them. We voted up mini ball here. An update. Next year's schedule isn't up yet. This year it was in May. I think I found a site that has a photo gallery if you're interested. Of course we are. Mini ball.
You had to ask that question.
We had to do our research. We don't know if we can, go or not. We need to know these details. Of course we do. Here, Duck. I won't be watching on Tuesdays. And I can't even have you on as a guest because then Jim wouldn't participate.
Oh, no.
So,
that's just wrong.
That's just wrong indeed. Just wrong indeed.
Sorry.
But mini ball, yeah. I'm dying. It's dying. Is Aiken on here today? Is he not here today?
Nope.
I haven't seen him. If he is, he's been quiet. We'll get together with him. Buckeye, find out where he's at. He's no longer. He didn't clear this with
might
us.
have to work though.
Jobs.
Excuse.
Yeah, but one more from Scott Jennings.
I got one more. Gotta have all weekend from Scott.
I got one more for Scott Jennings. It's on July 4th, and I 100% agree with him on this. Here we go.
Wide injunction is officially dead, and the court taking an opportunity.
Nope, wrong one. Dang it. Do I not have that? Did I not get it? I'm going to go get it right now, Jim. It's that important.
Hot dog batting.
I got
this one down here.
Yeah. Oh, is it down there?
Yeah, it's down. You want me to play it?
Yeah, play it. Can you?
July is coming,
here
which is a holiday I love. However, 4th of July is coming, which is a holiday I love. However, we do something on this holiday, and every single one of you knows it's disgusting. This hot dog eating contest where these people sit on the platform and dunk these hot dogs in the water and shove it down their disgusting gullets. This absolutely is outrageous. And it's one of these things in America, we have a few of them, where it's like we all have to pretend like, oh, hey, everything, this is so fun and cool. It's not. It's disgusting.
Agreed.
And I think we need to get rid of it.
I've seen it in real life. I've seen it in real life, and I would agree with you on that one.
I would agree.
Somebody agrees with Scott.
Look at that's it. We found bipartisan agreement finally with Scott Jennings.
Yeah.
It is absolutely one of the grossest events I've ever seen. It is slobbery. Yeah. First of all, a wet bun. And then also, I don't know, shoving them wieners down your throat just doesn't look. It sounds like
no, yeah, that's always a disgusting thing.
I'd be dunking them in beer if I had to. I don't know why the water thing, but it's exactly.
Well, they
right.
did find, and it's weirdly weird because the bun was usually the problem with these eating contests, and so was it Joey Chestnut that figured it out, get the bun and all that stuff, and it just doesn't seem healthy to me. But yet you see some of the people that win.
Joey Chestnut's not some big fat.
That's what I'm saying.
Out there, I think he doesn't eat all year.
What was the one kid from Japan or China, whatever the Asian kid that was that beat Joey Chestnut?
Oh, Ching Long Wing.
He was small. He was smaller than him. I'm like, what? That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. I just I can't do wet buns. I just absolutely can't do it. It's gross. Jim, what time is it?
Wait a minute. I got one thing yet. We forgot to hear.
Oh, sorry.
AOC has a comment.
Oh, you got that?
I've got it. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. This makes sense to me. I just,
Jim making fun of the simple-minded.
Anyway.
Five, guys, it is back. Today we have top 5 athletes who played well past their prime. Great Gary's got a good list up there. Jim starts first, then we'll get to the comments, then we'll get to mine. So, Jimmy, it is Monday, so it is you, sir. Here we go. Top 5 athletes, and you have some up there that
these kickball players, they're not on my list. Because in my opinion, you play one game and you play too long. But
Pele, by far the best kickball player.
Let's be honest. So sorry for all you kickball fans out there.
Who cares?
I love kickball itself. I don't like that version of kickball. But anyway.
No, me neither.
My number 5 is Phillip Rivers.
You think he played too long?
Yeah, he did. Only because the last 2 years.
I know. Well, I've got some on there that are
not really... from him.
Mm-hmm.
From when he probably should have 2 years ago. 2 years before he retired.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. I don't have statistics, but Terrell Owens.
Oh, God.
And the reason I put him in this uniform, he ruined Carson Palmer.
He did.
Well, the Bengals actually did by bringing him in.
Yeah.
But he played way too long because his ego.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's why he played. And a lot of times that's what these athletes are.
That's what these athletes. And money. It's
number
money.
3, Ryan Howard.
Oh, God. I forgot about
this
Ryan
guy.
Howard.
With Jimmy Rollins used to be so fun to watch play. When he was one of those guys that when Philadelphia was playing, you had to watch.
Good one. Mm-hmm.
I could not watching him in those last 3 years of his. It's like, this is not the same guy. What the hell happened?
Correct.
And because he played way too long.
Yep. Correct.
My number 2, Patrick Ewing. Guys, if you remember, I don't know if you watched him in his last couple of years.
Oh.
Literally, I never saw him run down the corner.
Oh,
it was like he would just stay down at the other side.
But they paid him. That's the problem. Yeah. It's not even just ego. It's ego and money.
It was embarrassing. His knees were so shot.
Oh, God.
Just could. It's like Larry Bird, his back.
Mm-hmm.
If his back wouldn't have been, he could have played for many more years.
He could have.
Because he did not play beyond his prime.
Correct.
And but yeah, Patrick Ewing. And then of course my number 1.
Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Good list.
I think he just he should have. I get it. He led him to the playoffs, but he was beaten by the time he got there. He just was not the same guy. Jets was terrible. Mm-hmm. I was going to put Aaron Rodgers up here.
I agree.
But yeah, he is he should be on that list. Probably
he will be on the list once he finally eventually decides to
because,
officially.
Hey, I'm just glad he's where he's at.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I'm glad he's there too.
Both our defenses
are going to
have fun. They're going to have fun because they didn't help him with the defensive line.
No, they did not. So that's a good list. That's a good list. Put up. Who do we got here? Let's start with Grit Gear. Michael Jordan, Gordie Howe, Willie Mays, Michael Schumacher. Formula One.
That's a good one. That is a very good one because yes, he did go a little bit too long.
Oh yeah, and Brett Favre, and then Aaron Rodgers, jury's still out. I think he plays one down. He's too. I mean, like he literally should retire. He should have retired a couple of years ago. Aaron Rodgers
on it. Kobayashi.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's who it is.
Mini ball. All the credit to my husband. Okay.
Ball's husband,
Chuck Liddell. His name came up a few times. Yep.
That is good. Jerry Rice. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's on there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao. Patrick Ewing, definitely. Deion Sanders. Agree with
Patrick Ewing. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Another Patrick Ewing. What do we got? Buckeyes?
Yep.
It's a good list. Chris Chelios, yes.
You know
Bartolo Colon.
Chelios was being on my list. What my friend Jeff, you met him.
Yep.
He is a huge Blackhawk fan.
Oh, yes.
And he would make comments a while back that God, he just needs to retire. He just needs to retire.
True. That's a great
Bartolo Colon is an excellent
doubt.
one.
No doubt.
I mean, if you can only throw the bar mid 80s.
Yeah. It's probably time to go. Yeah. Vince Carter, 100%. Mike Tyson, agreed. And Brett Favre, NFL, no doubt about that. Those are all good. Every single one of those is good. Hey, yeah, good list, Jim.
I don't always get that.
You don't. There might be a surprising one on mine, or two, but here we go. I will add mine to it. That athletes who played past their prime. Number 5, Muhammad Ali. Sorry. I mean, he's great.
Yeah, there's just some players I just couldn't do it because they're so great. But yes, I agree.
Literally, just like you're right. I mean, the beatings he took in those later fights were just like he.
I mean, how many boxers can we really put up there, though?
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. No doubt about it. My number 4, Shaquille O'Neal. What you put on a Cavs uniform, you've played too long. He literally was just a spectacle of himself.
He did.
You know, played way too long. Number 3, Willie Mays. I saw that. I think Rich or somebody had that on it. It's true. Just look at him in that uniform and tell me he didn't play too long.
Yeah,
right?
He did. But God.
Well,
I love watching the highlights of him when he played. God,
I know he was great. Number 2, Brett Favre. Like almost everybody had. Brett Favre played way too long. And number 1, Michael Jordan.
Agreed.
Yep. So great to me. To me, the greatest basketball player. To me, for me though, on my list of greatest basketball players, if I had one, Larry Bird would probably be at the top for me.
Correct.
Just because of everything he could do.
When you take everything as a whole.
If you take everything as a whole, I think he was the greatest basketball player out there. But yeah, that is my top 5 list. Now, again, normally we have top 5s every show, but Wednesday's show, we're going to have on here top 5 firearms would be great, but hear me out. Okay. Because Wednesday we have with us, this is true. Wow. Dale, we think alike. That's a bit scary. It is. But yeah, they were all, I mean, there was a lot of common ground with a lot of them out there, but Wednesday Buckeye, I like that top 5 firearms. That'll have to be Monday probably. Yeah, because on Wednesday we have JJ Carroll with us. So he is back and he will be here Wednesday morning, and he always has a lot to say and he has a lot to discuss, and he's very knowledgeable and probably one of our favoriteest guests of all time, and knows so much about the border and what's going on in the inside. Of course, his documentary Traffic Treason and Trafficked what was the other one? Not treason, traffic. Yeah. Treason, Trafficked and Treason. I think it was gosh dang it. Invasion. That's it. So Monday it is. Thank you, Buckeye. So Monday we'll do that.
Top 5 firearms, which is good because honestly, that's not my, that's not my strong suit.
Jim probably would have number 5 slingshot, number 2 Daisy's
Browning compound bow,
Daisy's BB gun, Red Ryder BB gun. You'll shoot your eye out, Jimmy.
Didn't like that movie.
I know you didn't. Second to me.
Because Rick, you can do the firearms thing, but we'll talk.
Well, you don't know this, but hey, Rich, we
yeah.
need you Monday and Wednesday of next week. Jim is going to be away off site doing things that will not allow him to be here. But anyways, went back to Wednesday's show. We're going to have JJ Carroll. If you know who he is and you know, you've seen him before on the show, it's been a while. Literally, we reached out to him and he's like, yep, I'm going to come on. So he will have a lot to say. He's got a great podcast himself. So we'll talk about that. He's just a great.
It's such a phenomenal individual. And it's, you know, when there's two people that we know that we've interviewed over time. Is JJ Carroll and Sarah Adams.
Yes.
When they talk, you better listen.
We reached out to Sarah, I'm waiting for her to respond.
You absolutely better listen because these two know their crap and you have to. And Tarna, yes, I do not like Christmas Story.
He does not. He absolutely hates it. I don't know what it is about Christmas Story that you don't like. I don't know that we've ever dug deep into mental illness.
It's not as good as what, you know, other Christmas movies are. Fine.
JJCarroll.com. He's also on X too, so follow him there too. About time, I know it is, and 2 coups. 3 guys.
That 2 coups.
No, Rich, if you don't have time, Rich, you know, listen, we understand too, but hopefully you can.
Because I know you're getting busy and
you are super busy.
If you can,
just let us know.
We'll send you a text and just let us know.
Work it out and arrange it.
But I'm not kidding. Sarah Adams and JJ Carroll.
I agree.
People need to listen to them, and I'm telling you, I don't think enough people are. And,
I agree. I agree with that.
Because look, I mean, there were 60 children rescued in Florida in Operation Dragon Eye.
And where did the play get from that?
Did anybody out there right now watching? Because we're running out of time here. Anybody out there on the comment section comment? Have you heard that? And it happened. It was on Fox. It was reported. It was like a week ago.
Yes,
that they found 60 children, as young as 9 years old.
Some ex-NFL players were involved in that.
Yes, too. And it was from, and some of these kids were on that list.
Yep.
Of the kids that were missing.
Correct. Yep.
60 of them.
Correct. 60 of them. And where did the airplay go? Nowhere. Of course. It's never going to go anywhere. Yeah. What's going on with that Diddy trial? Who knows? Where's the Epstein files?
You notice how the harshest ones are going away?
They go away. They go away. They go away. None of the news cycles are focusing on any of this.
Folks, I don't know if you noticed it. If you've been, I haven't been following it.
Yeah, that's where you'll see it only is on X. And hear us talking about it.
But what I saw on the Diddy trial, as soon as the big names came out, as soon as the big names were mentioned, all of a sudden, the larger of the charges, the most serious of the charges, were being dropped.
Yep. Gritgear has this to say: Christmas Story is a classic. Sorry, Jim, you need to get on board. Tarna, LOL, agree at Gritgear. Finally, we're back to Jim bash.
I'm gonna say that's what I'm tell you guys. All show. If Christmas Story, okay, it is a classic because there's a lot of people that like it. That's fine. I like Elf. A lot of people don't like Elf.
I love
Elf. And so it's
Elf.
Fine. It's just taste in things. I just was not. I watched it. It was okay, but I don't need to watch it for 24 hours on Christmas.
Well, I don't know that there's any movie I can I don't think I can sit there and watch for 24 hours.
Die Hard, I could watch for 24 hours.
No, I couldn't even watch that for 24 hours. It makes me sad now because of Bruce Willis and his.
Yeah, I know.
I heard he's a dick anyways, but that's just.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't wish illness on him, but that's what I heard.
And Dave Parker.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Right before he's getting indicted to the Hall of Fame. Inducted into the Hall of Fame. Indicted.
Another ex-Red. I don't count his time with Pittsburgh.
What? That's the only time that matters.
Nope, not kidding. Tom Seaver.
We are family.
The Reds.
Oh, no, Mets.
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't care if you had one at bat for the Reds.
Yeah.
That's who I remember you as.
That's who you're. Your Reds are doing good. The Indians suck. Absolutely suck. Swept by the Cardinals. Embarrassing. The Dolans are cheap ass son of a bitches. They're never going to get any bats in there. You know, it's just absolutely abysmal. Again, the only time, I mean, literally, I can't do it anymore with them. Bats, you got to start spending money on this team. You know, the fans come out, they sell that place out all the time. Back in the 90s, man, I'm telling you, man, with Albert Bell and Baerga and Lofton, and I mean, it was just Vizquel and Tomey and Ramirez. I mean, those days, man, you see what happens.
You guys have the pitching. You just need a little bit of hitting. You don't need a lot of hitting.
No, we don't have the pitching.
Well, Bibby's not as good as what he's.
Holy crap, they're all failing. We blew a 6-run lead the other day. You know, I mean, literally, they can't do it. Dan Gilbert needs to buy out the goal. I agree. I mean, he just signed freaking Mitchell, 4 years, $68 million. So
Cleveland not on the area of the. I'm glad you called it Indians too, because I refuse. I
can't. No, I'll never. That's not who they are. And I rue the day they win anything under that name.
Because the Washington Redskins are going to be Redskins this year.
Yeah.
So, but I put the Cleveland on.
Bullshit. Our pitching is barely AAA worthy. Agreed. It sucks.
Well, then something happened to the pitching, because you guys did have good pitch. Last year's what really helped you guys in your clutch hitting and all that stuff. But but I'll say this: the Cleveland is on a different version of the Cubs.
Yeah.
But as long as the fans show up to the games, because that's what the Cubs, they don't spend the money they can. I mean, the Cubs can spend as much money as the Dodgers and the Yankees if they wanted to. They just don't. Because why would they? Because fans still come. So it's just what's going to happen. I guess it's a family thing.
It is a family thing. So, you guys traumatize his children. Is there any way we can get into the depth?
Guys, it's just not my favorite.
Did you have to wear the pink bunny suit?
It's just not my favorite. I would have wore the pink bunny suit, and I would have looked cute in the pink bunny suit. The Indians, they just need to. They can spend money. They can. You can't tell me they can't. I mean, the Reds can spend money, but they don't. But right now, you look at, it's gonna, to me, unless something happens, it's going to be the Dodgers against the Yankees in the World Series, and probably for the next 3 years, because when Ellie De La Cruz comes available, he's going to be playing for the Yankees or the Dodgers.
Probably. So, You're right. I agree with this too. Buckeye Class A did screw him up. He's had a decent year only. I mean, he hasn't been terrible. It's always risky. I don't think the Indians have ever had a closer where I was like, yay, this is going to be it. Even last year when he had, it was like, this guy's liable to give up a home run or two, or walk somebody or get the bases loaded, then strike out the side. It was always a risk. Every closer to me is anyways, but it's just been terrible. Folks, Wednesday, JJ Carroll, join us then, 10:30 Eastern. Please, if you can, please share our podcast. Follow us on X at 2 Guys 1 Coup. Follow at Fairycast Media at Fairycast USA. And also, thank you, Tarna. It's fun to have you guys here. It was a cluster this morning for a little bit.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I think that's what. If we had a show that just
wasn't a cluster,
they would. What happened?
I know.
Did they become professional on us or what?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
Folks, the reason,
and follow us on Rumble. That's where Buckeye is our moderator on there. She handles the chat. She gets everybody that gets involved in here. And everybody who shares out there, we thank you for it. That's what it's going to take. It really is incredible that, you guys do support us like that, and it doesn't go unnoticed. We thank you very, very much. Karna, I'll be there. And yes, I will gladly share. We know it and we appreciate it. Stay tuned right after this. It's Crash and Kitty. It's X Talk Live. And there's other shows on the Furycast Network now coming.
Especially coming. Yep, coming.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting really, I'm telling you. And then, of course, you got, Sketchy Jesus, Whiskey Capital. He's going to start joining the Furycast Network, I believe. And he's going to, I think, co-host Crash at Night on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to be on his show sometime early August. And then we're going to talk to Crash because we got to get on his show, Crash at Night, too, when he's got availability and all that. We got to set that up, Jim.
Oh, my God.
It's late night.
I may have to take a vacation day the next day.
It's late night for us. Yeah, it'll be till midnight for you. So
there was a couple comments about laughing and all that earlier on in the comment section, folks. And I'm going to be honest with you. When Dale and I started the podcast, we wanted to try and make people laugh. Because look, we live in a time right now, even though things are getting better, it's just sometimes you just
got to laugh at these things.
You have to laugh because it's some of this stuff out there is scary. Some of this stuff is frustrating, but that's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to do another Sean Hannity show where you just sit there and talk or something like that. We wanted to try and bring some kind of humor to it. And we're hoping that we do that for everybody.
Buckeye, who also mods Whiskey Capitalist. Yes, August 6th, I believe, is when you're on. Yep. Yeah, I think that's true. August 6th. And his show starts at what time again? Is it 8 Eastern?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so too. It might even be later. I don't know. We're just going to be, according to my schedule.
Folks, yeah, I think one coup. We are going to be everywhere.
We're going to be everywhere, guys. You must, or you will lose your damn mind. Laughter is crucial. That is true. 8 p.m. is right. 8 p.m. Eastern. Good. That's 7 to 9 for me. That's great time for me. That is nowhere near past my bedtime. Crash at night, a little later.
It's 10 to midnight. Yeah,
could be
fun.
Could be
all right. It'll be fun. It's always
it's
worth it.
Eastern. But he's always late and gay.
Wow.
Again, as I mentioned on X once, he's rarely late, but gay, certainly. Well, folks, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Thank you again. Hey, thanks, Big Mike Mayhem, for joining today. Woodworker, thank you for that. We got some newbies. Thank you for engaging into the chat section. That's what it's all about. And then the usual Coup crew, the Grit Gears, the Turnas, the Mini Balls.
M's dad, we need to reach out to him. I want to see where he's been. I don't know where
he's been. He usually eats pizza during our show.
Aiken, if you follow up on the show, good.
Hope everything's all right
on Wednesday, and look forward to seeing you again and hearing your comments. Your comments are always good.
Always. Everybody's is, and we appreciate it, folks. Thank you again. Crash and Kitty X Talk Live coming up next. Please join and listen to them. Great noontime show every day on there. We try not to miss it. We do, obviously, for reasons, but we try our best not to. It's a great show. And then, of course, Crash at Night tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's every night as well. So, folks, thank you. You have a good Monday. Thank you for joining us on your Monday. And we'll be back here Wednesday with JJ Curl. Jim,
see you later.
You're the best, brother. Talk soon. Bye.
Was spoken, the mask is gone. 2 guys, 1 coup. The mission is clear, breaking the silence year after year. With steel and soul, we took a stand. Fury cast power across the land. 2G1C, the fire won't fade. We're forged in truth and never afraid. Thank you for watching, for taking the ride. You stood with us on the freedom side. Through lies and fear, we lit the spark. Now we leave our mark in the dark. We'll be back
Furycast Network.
We'll see you soon.